Africa, and a very warm welcome to you. Welcome to your midweek edition of Afternoon Express. I'm Balisa Dembe, and today's cook-along is all about street food. Now, we're being joined by Kim McNulty and Heinrich Herboth from Plucky's Fried Chicken, Korean style, for this culinary affair. Now, head over to our Afternoon Express website right now to get the full recipe and ingredients list to cook along with us. Welcome to the loft to the both of you. Now, I'm very excited, Kim and Heinz, or as he'd like to go by, H, making this Korean style food. Some of our viewers at home know I've been to Korea 3 times. So I'm going to be putting your Korean skills to the test to see how authentically Korean we can get it. So welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thank you.
Now, we've got so much on the menu, so I'm so excited to dive into the menu. But if you would like to just detail for our viewers at home who have been following on and will be following on throughout the show, what's on the menu?
Today we're doing popcorn chicken, or as we call it, chicken pops. We're going to do a veg version of that, which is our veggie pops. And then after that, we're going to do chicken bao, which is the steam buns. And then after that, our Korean dogs. And then the last one would be our apple donuts.
Love that. That sounds absolutely delicious. Now, everyone, Mzansi, you already know where to get your full ingredients list and recipe on our website, but let's get cooking. Step number 1 of making these delicious. Now, I love myself some chicken. Chicken pops are iconic for me. They're quick, they're easy, and everyone loves them. And on that side, Kim is also going to make cauliflower pops. So what's step number 1?
So first of all, you take your chicken breast. They normally come about 100 to 120 grams. So you want to cut the pieces into nice bite-sized pieces. So by doing it, if it's about 120, you cut it up in 6 pieces. If it's 100 grams, you do about 5.
Stunning.
So just so that you have a nice bite size.
So we're not trying to overfill our mouths here when we're
That's
eating.
correct, yes.
Okay, H, I love that. And on your side, Kim?
So the same process goes with the cauliflower. You're just going to cut it into bite-sized pieces, more or less exactly the same size as the chicken pops.
Love that. Okay, so we're essentially duplicating the steps here. What you do to the chicken is what you do to the cauliflower. But we cannot forget here our clover nolak. This is the star ingredient within this recipe, and we're going to be using it to create a delicious sauce.
That's correct. So the nolak we're going to use as the marinade for the chicken, because in general chicken breast doesn't have a lot of flavor, so you want to bring softness and juiciness to the chicken. Because once we coat it in the cornstarch, it's going to go extremely crispy on the outside, so you want crunch with juicy, soft interior.
Oh, I like that. So this is essentially almost like a tenderizing step.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so then do I just pop that into this bowl, and how do I incorporate these different flavors?
Can I help you quickly?
Go ahead. I love doing nothing in the Afternoon Express loft. That's why I've got my handy-dandy head chefs here in the kitchen. Now, Kim, on your side, with creating the vegetarian, version of these incredible pops, is there something that we need to keep in mind, and what would we omit?
There isn't really anything that we would omit. It's not vegan, so there is dairy in it, so it's only vegetarian. Obviously, you would do them separately to keep the chicken and the veg separate. Other than that, there is no real difference in the entire recipe.
In terms of the method, okay.
Yes.
So now that you've put your clover nolak within this bowl, is that just going to be now
I'll do the heavy lifting for you.
Ah, yes! A true gentleman this festive season. I'm loving it. Okay, but a lot of people also want to just get over the midweek hump that is a Wednesday. Would you say that Korean street-style food is something that's quick, easy, that a lot of people can make?
It is easy, but it is time-consuming. So if you want to have it midweek, I would suggest on the weekend when you have the time, that's when you start.
Okay.
Because you want to marinate these chicken breasts for at least 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
Because then, with the Mars and then the ingredient of the rice vinegar, what happens is it breaks down the chicken, so it becomes extremely, extremely soft and tasty. By flavoring it with the ginger and the paprika and the garlic salt, it infuses into the chicken these incredible flavors. Then when you do the coating that you also do with paprika and all of the different spices.
Just to duplicate it.
Yes, but there's a few other ingredients that go into there that when you coat it and you deep fry it, you can then, it goes extremely crispy.
Yeah.
What is very nice about this whole process is if you've made it on a Wednesday and you have extra left, after this first fry, you pop them in the deep freeze. You keep them frozen. So the next time coming the weekend and you want some more, if you made extra, then you just take them out, you pop them from frozen into the oil.
Just to revive them.
Do a second fry. You always got to do the second fry. And then you just put your Korean sauce over. And there you go, voila.
Voila. You know, it's so easy to overcook and make
That's
sure
right.
and have your chicken breast dry
Yes.
and not as succulent as you'd like to enjoy. So I love these tips and tricks coming from the professionals themselves. Again, Mzansi, you already know to head over to our website to get all these details. So you've already mentioned that over here, this is rice vinegar.
Yes.
Love that. Is that something that's a staple within Korean food and preparing food?
Yes, because what it helps to preserve preserve and breaks down the chicken enzymes. That's what you want. So what you're going to do is you're going to add some of the vinegar to the mars.
Okay.
You can also use milk if you don't have milk. If you don't have mars or you don't have buttermilk, you can use normal milk. You can use almond milk. You can use soy milk. You can use any milk product. And then what you do is you add the vinegar to it because the vinegar will do exactly the same process as what this is doing.
I like that.
I just love the mars because the mars is traditional South African. And what I've done with the whole recipe for this is we incorporated certain South African elements, certain elements to the recipe. So
Okay, stunning.
you've been to Korea 3 times?
I have been, but you know, I've never been backstage, essentially, where the magic happens in the kitchens. So I've never really seen how it's been prepared. Yes, I have also indulged in street food, but essentially, you know, I'm just caught up in the vibes and in the culture of it all that I overlook what happens, again, in the kitchen. So we've put our chicken breast within the mixture of our clover nolak mass. We've also added the rice vinegar. It seems like it's coming quite nicely here. And then do we just put it into another container to spice?
Yes, no, we keep it in there. What we do is you still have to add the ginger.
Everything else,
and
okay.
then the spices,
Okay, let me add in the spices. And how's it going on that side, Kim?
I am done with my prep of the cauliflower. I need the marinade, which would be the same as the chicken, just obviously in separate bowls. Once we've marinated that, we're going to do the coating. And thereafter, it is our first fry and second fry.
So this is essentially something that all South Africans can try at home. Yes, it might be a labor of love, but it's quick and easy. So now, H, I'm going to share some nolak over there with Kim.
Perfect.
For Kim to get your marinade up and running. And on that note, Kim, I have to find out from you, getting involved into street food and street food Korean culture, how did it all start, especially with the business?
The business was conceived by H during COVID. To be plucky, the definition of plucky is to be brave.
Oh, wow.
So that is how H came up with the concept. He's always thinking outside of the box. So Korean food is big. It's not yet reached South Africa, which is why we decided to do it.
Stunning. And H, when it comes to looking back at this business in terms of it coming together during lockdown, what was it about lockdown that said, I have to do something?
I actually had time for the first time. So that was actually the inspiration. I've been sitting with the idea for the last about 2 years in my head, and I tasted Korean chicken and I just loved it. And when I started trying to find places that actually do Korean chicken, I couldn't find it anywhere. So I decided, you know what?
Please pass this to Kim.
Yes. Let me start experimenting. And that's how it all happened.
I love that. Well, being flexible and experimenting is what it's all about, especially within 2020.
Yes.
But getting back to the recipe, I hope all of our viewers are following on, because we don't want to cross-contaminate the meat section and the meat station, essentially, and the vegetarian station. So that's why we've got also 2 different pots when it's time to fry. So now that we've marinated quite nicely, stays in there for 24 hours, it's time to get frying.
We first have to do the coating.
Okay.
Yes. So with the coating, we have our spices.
All that straight back in. We've got the corn starch, we've got salt and pepper.
Got the baking powder, we've got the paprika.
Cool.
Gives beautiful color. We've got the thyme, gives great flavor. the chili flakes,
Nice.
a bit of celery salt, garlic salt, and again, a bit of white pepper.
Gorgeous.
So all we do is we just mix that up. So after the chicken has now been in your fridge for about 24 hours, the reason 24 hours, you can do it overnight, but the best is if you do it for 24 hours, because like I said, then you really get the chicken
best out of
soft
it.
and juicy. And this is the nice messy part that I actually love.
Oops.
That's fine. So what you do is you literally just coat the chicken
Okay.
with a buttermilk. That's fine, my baby.
That should be enough.
Yeah.
Lovely. Kim, on your side, how far is the cauliflower?
On my side, I'm doing exactly the same as H. So our cauliflower is marinated, preferably for a minimum of 24 hours. We're going to do the coating, and we'll do this exactly the same process as the chicken.
Delicious. Well, Mzansi, we are almost at the end of putting together our very first starter. It fries up in there. Make sure that it's golden brown as soon as you take out those chicken pops or the cauliflower pops. Now on social media, I also wanted to find out from you, what is the best street food that you've ever eaten? Now join the conversation happening on the Afternoon Express Facebook, Twitter and Instagram pages right now. And please share your feedback using our hashtag Afternoon Express. But coming up, H, once we have gotten these golden brown, what's up our sleeve?
We are doing the bao buns.
Oh.
Those are the delicious Asian steamed buns, and they also get filled with our delicious popcorn chicken, or chicken pops, and we have that with vegetable mayos that we do.
Love that. All of that coming up.
Nothing beats the long-lasting freshness and quality taste of Clover fresh milk. Made with love by Clover.